near to our right, like based on the conditions, if we are able to control our mind, then we can keep our body, calm, and in a good state, peaceful,
Okay. Okay. Good. Sudhakar and Jyoti, welcome. Welcome to the class. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Aparna and Praveen. Yeah. So the question is, why should we control mind? So today's topic is art of controlling mind. But the basic question is, why should we even control mind? Is it necessary to control mind? If yes, why?
We will focus and we will be in the present
Krishna.
and we can live our life in a present situation. Otherwise, I will be wandering here and there only. We will not even be living.
Yeah.
And the essence of the life will be forgotten.
Yeah.
Yes, in this room.
And always we will be thinking not of ourselves, of others, the wonders of outside only. We will not be inside.
Okay. Praveen?
Balanced.
Yeah, our senses are so powerful.
Yeah.
So even if we can't control one sense, because mind is the controller of all the five senses. Like mind itself will control those five senses.
Yeah.
So those are powerful. Like if we don't control any of the senses, we quickly turn into that particular sense. Example, if I'm calling for a taste, and I'll feel that okay, chicken biryani is the feeling. So I'll try to go into and I'm going to miss this 3 or 4 principles that we set aside.
Yeah.
So those are that's a effect of not controlling our mind.
Okay.
So we should control the mind and we stick to what are the principles. So whatever the Krishna taught and also Prabhupada told in his lectures.
Bhagavad Gita, yeah. Okay.
Wonderful. I think last chapter we read about like contemplation. Everything starts, so mind is the contemplation.
He stole your answer. He stole your answer. he read your mind. He read your mind and stole your answer. Yes.
So all the downfall starts from the contemplation is the trigger. So mind is the channel where the contemplation starts.
Okay.
We should control that so that we are not contemplating on wrong things.
Okay, that's a good point.
Is it not bidirectional? Basically, all the five senses together helping the mind to act or stabilize how it wants to, and mind also gives the signals to these five senses to act. So how it wants to. Is it not bidirectional?
It is bidirectional. Yeah,
because
that's a good point.
If your body is not healthy, your mind cannot be listen to what you want it to be.
Yeah.
And if your mind is not healthy, your body cannot act.
Yes. Yeah, it is bidirectional. Very good. Yeah. So oftentimes we think because from the chariot of life metaphor, as described in Upanishads, right? Mundaka Upanishad. It's described in Mundaka Upanishad, the chariot of life. There's a chariot and the passenger and the chariot driver, the horses, reins. So oftentimes we think it is only mind who is controlling the senses. But as Koti said, it is the other way also. Senses are also feeding into the mind. Yeah. So it is bidirectional, but still the question is why? Why is it necessary to control mind and senses also, right? Yeah. Why? Why is it necessary?
Okay.
Prabhuji?
Yeah, 1 second, Sarita.
Yeah.
So basically, we need to start somewhere. Right? So, for example, whatever happened to me in my life till yesterday, I wanted to start the fresh life with the positive energy.
Yeah.
So I'm setting that goal or aim somewhere, and I'm saying like brain, so act. Take this as an input and then start sending the signals relevant to this input to the entire body parts.
Okay.
Right. So, so basically, first thing is you need to have that positive will, which is giving positive input to the mind, and then you are instructing your mind to send these signals so that you will be able to move positively.
Okay.
Overall. That's what I feel.
Okay. That's good. Good point. Okay. So your wife, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Yeah, thank you. What's your name?
Anjali.
Anjali. Okay.
Anjani.
Anjani. Okay. Anjani. What's the meaning of the name? Anjani?
Anjanaya God. Mother.
Anjana Devi. Okay. Short form is Anjani. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you want to say anything about controlling mind?
First class.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Harita, you are telling something.
Prabhuji, in your question, you are asking controlling
I'll
mind
ask in the
is.
next class, okay? Yeah, no. So everybody welcome her, Anjani. You will have good time, okay? Nobody is going to tease you or they're not going to do ragging. You will have good time.
Except
Yeah.
you, right?
We are like, huh? Except me. We are like a family. Okay? Yeah. Yes, Sarita, go ahead. Sarita, you were saying something.
Yeah. Prabhuji, in your question, you are asking controlling mind means, is it correct to stop our mind, or you are asking, is it good to educate the mind, which is the.
No, the question is, so looks like people still didn't get the question properly.
That's why I said must.
Because
So we can't control the mind.
multiple people confused, the question itself. So the question is it necessary to control the mind? If yes, why? Why is it necessary to control the mind?
Our own mind.
Our own mind. Yeah. I mean, first of all, we cannot control our own mind. Why? How can we control others' mind? For that, we need to become like Sudhakar to do meditation and then achieve tantric siddhis.
Actually, Prabhuji, we are not controlling our mind, that's why we are controlling other minds actually. We are always thinking about other That is the problem now. We will never ever think about our mind, we will think about others' mind, why he is saying, we will thinking about scanning other minds.
Yeah. Okay. So.
I wanted to add one thing.
Yes.
So, why we need to control the mind? I feel that is the most volatile thing in the entire human body. If you don't control that thing, it will start acting like a zigzag.
Yeah.
So that is the thing. If you are able to control, then mostly you have a full control on your body. So whatever you wanted to do. That's why I think we need to start teasing that first.
Yeah.
And make sure that that is acting as per your wish.
Yeah.
Then you are able to overall control your body.
Okay. Okay. Good. Sudhakar and Jyoti.
I think in Bhagavad chapter 2, right, somewhere Krishna says we should have a balanced mind, otherwise we fall down from spiritual path, right?
Yeah.
So that is, in the real world, if you want to achieve anything, right, you should have focused mind. Otherwise, you cannot achieve anything in the life.
Yeah, very good. Focus.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
yeah,
That's a good point. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, those two things.
See, only people who can practice meditation give this answer. Focus. Yes, that's a good point. Jyoti.
Same answer from
Same answer. मक्की की मक्की क्या बोलते हो? No, there are two students who are copying from other person. What do they say? Makki ki makki? Huh? No, there is a phrase. Makki ki makki. Something like that, right?
Which language, Prabhuji? Hindi?
Hindi only. Huh?
Telugu also, right? Makki, makki.
No, Telugu people only say that, but it's Hindi. Makki ki makki.
Yeah, mind is like monkey. It goes in different directions if you cannot control.
Okay, that's a good point. Mind is like a monkey. Now, when I said makki, she got the point. Monkey. Yes. Good. Mind is like a monkey. Very good.
And I remember like somebody saying Prabhupada ji said once, not only monkey, it's a drunkard monkey and he's been bitten by a scorpion.
Yeah.
So think how
Yeah,
crazy
how dangerous it can be.
how crazy.
Yeah, how dangerous it can be. Yeah, good point. So because you said mind is like a monkey, that leads to another question that inspired me to ask another question. I'll ask. Okay. Yes. One last.
Mind is not control, life is difficult.
Mind is
not control, life is very difficult.
Life is very difficult. Yeah. Very good. So one thing is, she is very clear about the question. She is not confused with the question. Yeah. Okay. Neeraj, welcome back after a long time.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So do you want to say anything? The question is, so today's topic is the art of controlling mind. But before we even start the discussion, I asked a question. Is it necessary to control mind? If it is necessary, why is it necessary to control mind?
Yeah, I think, Prabhuji, it's necessary to control mind, because if you don't control mind, then mind controls you. And mind is an aimless wanderer, and it will take you in like 1,000 directions.
Yeah, very good.
And it will be just like, you will go crazy.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. Rahul. Rahul, can you hear me? Okay, so maybe he's driving here. Finally, Kalpanagar, why is it necessary to control mind?
If we can't control our mind, our life will be like hell, and we can't be happy, and we can't do the things properly.
Very good. Give her a big round of applause. The one word I have been looking for is happy. Okay. So all of you, whatever you said is very good. But for example, Shweta said, we need to control mind to get rid of fear, anxiety, and so many things. Okay. And somebody said destruction. If we don't control mind, it will lead to destruction. And somebody said, if we don't control mind, mind will control us. These are all valid answers. Okay. But what's the motive behind getting rid of fear and anxiety? What's the motive behind not getting distracted? What's the motive behind not letting the mind control us? What's the motive behind all of the things that you mentioned?
We should be happy.
Yeah.
We should be happy. The purpose of controlling mind is to become happy. To become happy. Not only spiritually, but even materially also, right? So the United Health Organization, WHO, is everybody familiar with WHO?
Yes.
So there is an organization that takes care of health-related aspects. So they define health in this way. The definition of health is, good health means three aspects. Physical health, a person should be healthy physically, a person should be healthy mentally, a person should be healthy spiritually. Okay, no, four things actually. Physical health, mental health, social health, and spiritual health. Okay, physical health we all know. Our body should be in good condition. All our bodily limbs should be functioning properly. Mental health, the mind should be in sound state. Social health, our relationships with the family members, friends, neighbors, everybody should be in good state. And spiritual health, the soul should be fed with the spiritual knowledge every day. Yeah, connect with the eternal. Okay, connect with God. So, yeah.
Physical health means mental health is good, then the only physical health will be good. If mental health is good, then only our physical health will be good, right?
Yes.
We cannot be healthy without mind.
Yeah.
It is there, right? Physical.
No, the thing is, if any of these four things is not good, then the other three also will not be good. If physical health is not good, it affects the mind also. It affects social relations. It affects spiritual health. And let's say somebody, like Sudhakar, who does yoga, meditation every day, So his health is maintained, his physical health is maintained, his mind is also good. Jyoti is not troubling him, so his mind is also good. And he is a jolly person, always smiling. So his relation with everybody is also good. Social health is also good. But if his spiritual health is not good, then it shows impact on other three things also. So the absence of any of these four will jeopardize the other three also. Okay.
Just one thing. Happiness is also associated with mind only, right?
Yes.
So basically, I feel mind is playing with the entire body. So basically, you are controlling it to keep itself happy first.
Yes. Yeah. To keep. Yeah. So when I say the purpose of controlling mind is to become happy. To become happy means all the aspects of life.
Okay.
So what are the aspects of life? Body, mind,
Physical health.
soul, everything. Yeah. Okay. So even in the Shastras, there are Shanti mantras, right? See, the purpose of controlling mind is to become peaceful. And when you become peaceful, you will become happy. Okay. In the later chapter, Krishna says, how can there be happiness without peace? How can there be happiness without peace? So to become happy, we need to be peaceful. And to become peaceful, we need to control mind. Okay. If mind is not controlled, then we will not become happy. We will not become peaceful and we will not become happy.
Satisfaction is also playing a role for the peace, right? When we are we have satisfaction also to be peace, right?
Yeah.
It's like we have to be satisfied in all aspects to be peace.
No, it's the other way. When you become peaceful, then you become happy and then satisfied. Yeah. Not satisfaction leads to peaceful. Yeah. Okay. So even in the Vedas, we hear all the Shanti mantras, right? When we talk about peace, Shanti, there are Shanti mantras, several Shanti mantras from Vedas. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrityonma amritangamaya, om shanti shanti shanti. Okay. And what are the other Shanti mantras? Om Bhur Bhuvasvaha Tatsavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonna Prachodayat. Yeah. Yeah. Gayatri mantra. Yeah. What others?
Vinayako Vigna Raja Dvaimakara Ganadeva Ekadanta Herambo Lambodara Gajanana Lambodara Gajanana.
That's Vinayaka Stuti. Vinayaka Stuti. Yeah. There is another Shanti mantra. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. So what are all these mantras saying? Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Let everyone in the universe, Loka means universe. Not just this city, not just this state, not just this country, but everybody. Everybody in the universe. Let everybody in the universe be happy. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. When somebody hears this shloka and when they look at that word ma, right, they might think this is a prayer to some mata. Some Durga Mata, Kali Mata, or some goddess. But the word ma or the syllable ma in Sanskrit, it means negation, not. Okay. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah means let everybody in the universe be happy. Sarve santu niramaya. Let everybody free from diseases. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Let everybody see all auspicious things. Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Let everybody not become part of sorrow. Let everybody not become part of sorrow means let them not experience sorrow and let them not cause sorrow to others. Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet.
So directly to go to Goloka Dham, this material world goal, make this a Goloka Dham.
But all these shlokas, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, sarve jana sukhino bhavantu, sarve bhavantu sukhinah. These are all talking about what? Material happiness. Sukha. Sukha, right? Material happiness.
It's talking about Sukh. No?
Sukhi is material Sukhi is happiness.
So it can be spiritual world also there is happiness.
Spiritual happiness is ananda.
Bliss.
Ananda, bliss.
So, Prabhuji, what is the difference of happiness? It's like any, can you give us an example of happiness and ananda? How we can vision it?
Yeah. So, happiness, bliss. These are the English words. And sukha and ananda. These are the Sanskrit words. So, happiness or sukha is temporary. It's material happiness. It's like flickering happiness. You are happy for some time and you are miserable other time. Whereas spiritual happiness is eternal. Spiritual happiness is bliss or ananda. That is eternal. Even a little endeavor on this path, Krishna said in second chapter, right? 2.40. Neha vikrama nashosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. So even a little endeavor on this path of bhakti yoga will give you immense benefit, long-lasting benefit, eternal benefit that will save you from the most dangerous type of fear, that is death. So ananda is permanent, eternal, long-lasting. For example, reading Bhagavad Gita, hearing Bhagavad Gita, chanting, doing kirtans, listening to kirtans, singing kirtans, doing devotional service, practical service in the temple. These are all of these activities will give you bliss, ananda. Okay?
Doesn't feel like anything beyond that.
Yeah.
Ananda means.
Yeah. Because when you get ananda, you are satisfied. Prasida, you are satisfied. So when we talk about this word ananda and then prasida, right? So now all these shanti mantras from the Vedas, they talk about the material happiness. But there is a shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj tells this, that talks about spiritual happiness, ananda. Okay? The shloka goes like this. Swastyastu vishwasya kalau prasidatam dhyayantu bhutani shivam mito diya manascha badram bhajata tadokshaje avekshayamto mater ahai apratiha something. Okay, so Prahlad Maharaj says swastyastu vishwasya kalau prasidatam. Swasti astu. You might have heard this word many times, right? Swasti astu. Did anyone hear this? Huh? Swastik symbol. Swasti astu. You know, when Pujari is giving blessings, they give different types of blessings, right? One of the blessings can be Swasti astu. What's your name? Hari, Swasti astu. So, what a privilege. Huh? I got a privilege of giving blessings to Hari. Hari Swasti astu means let all the auspiciousness come to you. Okay? When children bow down to you, you can use this word. You can use this blessing. Many times, you know, we are confused. We don't even know what to bless, right? We keep quiet. We just put our hand on them and then we keep quiet. If you don't know anything else, just be inspired from this shloka from Prahlad Maharaj, Swasti Astu. Our Harilas Maharaj always gives this blessing. What is the blessing?
Chanting.
No.
They always say that. No?
Chant and be happy is not a blessing. It's an instruction. Krishna Mati Rastu. You see, actually, are you coming to temple today? You bow down at his feet and see.
I listen properly. I bow
Yes.
down every time.
Yeah. And if you don't listen to this, you bow down again. You bow down multiple times.
Because every time I bow down, he will say, chant and be happy.
Yeah. But he gives this blessing several times.
Yeah. Once he was at our home, and when kids go down to him, he gave a blessing that may you get intelligence to discriminate between right and wrong, and in your life. And so that was a very nice ashirwad, that.
Yeah. Yeah. So because that time it was a blessing to children, right? So maybe the children, Krishna Mati Rastu, they may not understand. That's why Maharaj gave a blessing in English so that they can understand. But I have seen thousands of times Maharaj gives this blessing, Krishna Mati Rastu. I have not seen with any other Maharaj, but Harilas Maharaj gives this beautiful blessing, Krishna Mati Rastu. What does it mean? Yeah, what does it mean? Krishna Mati Rastu. Mati means always be Krishna conscious. Yeah. Mati means mind. Always think about Krishna. Krishna Mati Astu. Yeah. Astu means like so be it. So be it.
Need to go down again and again.
Yes.
He will say Haribol or chant and be happy to me all the time.
No, Maharaj, I'm looking for one word from.
Specific. I'm looking for a specific blessing.
Chanting is also Krishna consciousness.
So many blessings then.
Until I get that,
Then you will get the real blessing.
That would be more blessing.
He'll give a nice slap.
that is also a blessing from him.
Yes, that's the real blessing actually. From a spiritual master, when you get a slap, that's the real blessing. Okay. Swastyastu Bhadram Kalau Prasidatam. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying, let there be auspiciousness to everyone, and Prasidatam. Let there be satisfaction. Okay. Now where does that satisfaction come from? It comes from spiritual happiness. Okay, Ananda. And Prahlad Maharaj is wishing auspiciousness not only for good people. Kalaha. Kalaha means even to the enemies. Swastyastu Vishwasya Kalaha Prasidatam. So even to the enemies, he's wishing auspiciousness. Dhyayantu bhutani shivam mitodiya manascha badram bhajata dadokshaje. Manascha, it's good that this sloka also has the word mana, mind. Manascha badram bhajatat adokshaje. Adokshaja means that's another name for Krishna. Okay, that means he cannot be comprehended with our material perception. Aksha means I, which represents the sense perception, right? Ado Aksha means beyond the purview of material perception. So he is beyond the purview of material perception. Adokshaja. That's the meaning of the word Adokshaja. You might have heard this name in many, stotrams, right? Vishnu Ashtotra Shatanamavali, Narsimha Ashtotra Shatanamavali, Vishnu Sahasranama, and so many prayers. You will see this word Adokshaja as one of the millions of names of Krishna or Vishnu. Okay. Manascha Badram Bhajatad Adokshaje. Manascha Badram Bhajatad Adokshaje means let the mind experience safety at the shelter of Adoksha. Let the mind experience safety. Badram means safety. Let the mind experience safety at the shelter of Adokshaja. Manascha Badram Bhajatat Adokshaje. So, now this is similar to the Shanti mantras that we described, but this is one level higher. The Shanti mantras only talking about Sukha. But here, Prahlad Maharaj is wishing spiritual happiness for everybody. Prasidata. Okay? And even for enemies. Not only for good people, but even not only for friends, but even to enemies. And Uncle Ji mentioned Gayatri Mantra, right? Gayatri Mantra also talks about happiness for everything, mind, body, and soul. Okay, and it is something similar to what World Health Organization defined health, right? So, what does Gayatri Mantra? Uncle Ji, boli Gayatri Mantra.
Om Bhurbhuvasva Tasviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat.
Prachodayat. Yeah, very good. So, Prachodayat means the last word. Prachodayat. No.
To everyone?
No. Prachodayat means illuminate. Illuminate. Illuminate what? Bhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha. Om, Bhur, Bhuvaha, Suvaha. The three things, right? Om is the transcendental Pranava mantra. Okay, Pranava Shabdam, Pranavanadam. That's the invocation of Gayatri mantra. Okay, but the next three syllables, next three words, Bhur, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, they represent three lokas, but they also represent the three layers of human life. Bhuvaha means the material body. Huh? Sorry, Bhur. Bhur means the material body. Bhuvaha means the subtle body. And Suvaha means the spiritual body or the soul.
Material body, Bhur means?
Bhur means material body. Yeah. Bhur means material body and this material world also, the material universe also. Bhuvaha means one level higher. It represents, the word Bhuvaha is used in Sanskrit to refer to the heavenly planets. And in this particular context of Gayatri Mantra, Bhuvaha means the subtle body. All our vital energies, subtle body, the chakras are there within us, right? It refers to all those things. Bhuvaha means it refers to all those things. Suvaha is even higher. The soul within us, the spiritual realm, everything. So it's a prayer to Mata, Gayatri Mata, to illuminate all these realms. Bhur, Bhuvaha, Suvaha. Body, mind and soul. Okay? And as Kalpana said, Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritangamaya, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So, O Lord, please lead me from ignorance to, the first one is, O Lord, please lead me from Asat to Sat. O Lord, please lead me to darkness to enlightenment. O Lord, please lead me from death to immortality. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay. So the purpose of controlling mind is to become happy, to become peaceful first, and then to become happy. So how to do that?
Control your mind.
Control your mind.
Knowing correct knowledge about the.
Okay. Before that,
Knowing correct knowledge.
Yeah. There are several aspects. We'll discuss this. But before that, you said mind is like a monkey, right? And then that inspired me to ask another question. So if you were to describe mind with one or two adjectives, everybody knows what an adjective is? Huh? Adjective is an English word to describe somebody or something. Okay? So this, let's say something. For example, gulab jamun. We are never short of examples. Gulab jamun is something you can use it all the time. Gulab jamun is sweet. So sweet is an adjective word to describe gulab jamun. So like that, if you were to describe mind with one or two adjectives, how do you describe? Okay, let's start from here. Prepare much pen.
Archana.
Huh?
Archana.
Archana. Yeah. Archanam, Dasyam, Vandanam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. Yes.
Angry outcome.
Angry.
First angry.
Angry. Okay. Huh?
Crying.
Crying. Okay.
Pregnant time I didn't eat mango. I think 8 months pregnant, second baby. But I want mango, but my in-laws is not allowed that time. I'm crying. Just angry.
Angry. Okay. Yeah. Is your husband listening to that? He's not there on the call. He dropped. Okay. You already said, mind is like a monkey. Okay. So you are saved.
Mind with two adjectives. Two adjectives.
Yeah, you are saved. Okay. No more. No second question for you. Sudhakar. Okay. Chanchal, very good. Restless. Restless. Yeah. Strong. Wonderful. Wonderful. Strong. More precisely. Something related to strong. Huh? Strength. Huh? Obstinate. Stubborn. Stubborn. Strong, stubborn. Yeah. What you said is correct, strong, but more precisely, stubborn. Yeah. Because strong can be looked at with a positive notation. Okay. Stubborn, that's not a positive notation. Yeah. Yes.
Strength and weakness.
Strength and weak. Huh?
Weak and strong.
Weak and strong. Okay.
In some situations it will be weak. Some situations
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You are bringing a good point. A controlled mind makes you strong, and uncontrolled mind is the weakness. Okay. That's a good point. Okay.
Powerful.
Powerful. Mind is powerful. Yes. Very good.
Active and dominant.
Huh?
Active and dominant.
Active and dominant. Okay.
Jumping.
Active and dominant. Okay. Yeah. Praveen? You're still thinking. Okay.
It could be creative or it could be evil minded. Both can be.
Creative and evil. Yeah. Let's take evil. Yes. Koti.
It is no boundaries.
No boundaries.
No boundaries.
Okay. Boundless.
In the imagination.
Yeah. Boundless. Yeah. Okay. Next class. I'll ask you in the next class. Yes, Venugopal.
Mind always thinks same thing again and again. It never listens.
Repetitive. Huh? So you're saying mind always listens to.
Mind always thinks on the same topic again and again. It never listens actually.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sarita.
Mind is full of thoughts. It's
Full
like
of thoughts. Okay, full of thoughts. Yeah. The research tells that on an average, there are 30,000 thoughts that come to our mind every day.
13,000.
30,000. Okay.
60,000 వస్తున్నాయి ప్రభుజీ.
Only 30,000?
For men or women?
For men or women. Good. See, maybe women will have less thoughts because they always keep on talking. They always keep on talking without thinking. Yes.
When we talk also, our mind is somewhere else. We keep on thinking. Like
Active, always active.
our mind is always active.
It can be, yeah, it can become good and bad. If you are talking, then you become peaceful and there are not many thoughts. You are focusing on the conversation, or your talking can lead to other thoughts. Your talking can lead to like waves, like ripples. Yes, yeah, you're right. Yeah, very well said. Oh, I thought you're going to keep this answer for next class. Yes, the thoughts are like waves. Huh? So when you see one wave or one storm, you think, okay, let the storm come, and then after the storm is over, you'll think, okay, storm is over. But another wave, another storm will come. Yeah. So very good. Mind is the thoughts in the mind are like waves. Very good.
So it is also a reservoir of lot of birth, right? The memory, it has the memory of so many births actually, not just its life.
Yes, impressions. Impressions. Yeah, very good.
It's called as memory, right? It's
Vasanas. Yeah.
It's more creative. It is more creative in the world.
It's more creative. Yeah.
So this is the one which
it's more complex and creative.
And it circulates between happiness, sad, angry, and again comes back to the cycle.
Okay, so who else? Neeraj? Describe mind with one or two adjectives.
Wanderer.
Wanderer. Okay, very good. Wanderer, restless. Yeah, Chanchala. Aparna?
Prabhuji, I was going to say like invisible, or you can't, it's not very tangible.
Invisible. Subtle. Subtle. Yeah, subtle. Okay. Okay, I think we covered everybody, right? Yes. So, yeah, these are all wonderful answers. Huh? And now you know the nature of mind. By looking at all these answers, you know the nature of mind. Mind is restless. Mind is like monkey. Mind makes you angry. మీరు చెప్పారా కల్పన గారు? Yeah. So you're left.
Mind is having speed more than a jet, and we can't catch up.
Oh yeah, beautiful. So Kalpana is giving all super nice answers today. Yes. Mind can think faster than light. Faster than light. Yeah. Very good. Okay. So, and most of the answers, they are on the negative. They are with a negative connotation. When you say mind is restless, mind makes you angry, mind is like monkey, mind is powerful, but the same power, it can be used for destruction, and the same power can be used for construction. Okay, and you also said the same thing, strong and weak. Mind is complex, you said? No, evil. Mind is evil. I take only evil. Mind is evil. These are all with negative connotation. Okay, and that is what Shastra also says. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha vimuchyate. No, karanam mana eva manushyanam karanam karanam bandha mochayet. Karanam bandha mochayet. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mochayet. That means it is the mind alone is the reason for the binding in the material world. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mochayet. Vimocha means liberation. Okay, bandha mochayet. It is the mind is the only reason for the binding in the material world. Okay, and we see from second chapter also, right? That the two shlokas, dhyayato vishayan pumsa and then krodhat bhavati sammoha, it all starts with what? It all starts with dhyaya, dhyayato, contemplation. It starts with contemplation. And where does the contemplation take place? In the mind. Okay. Now, so when, for example, Abhishek Prabhu said chanchala, right? Restless. Even Neeraj also said wanderer. Mind can be described with an adjective, wanderer. Okay, mind keeps wandering everywhere. So right now we are sitting here, but our mind is somewhere else. Body present, mind absent. Yeah. So when the great poet Kalidas, everybody heard of Kalidas? Yeah. So Kalidas is one of the, or I think, if we leave the uh, the poets, the great poets from our Gaudiya Parampara, like Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, and so on. These are the topmost poets. If we leave them aside, historically, Kalidas is the greatest poet. Nobody can match with his speed. Okay, nobody can match with his with literary expertise, and then with his speed and everything. He's the greatest poet. So Kalidas. Uh, so before he became Kalidas, okay, so he was a dumb person. He could not speak. Okay, by birth he was dumb. He could not speak. So and he was a shepherd boy, like cowherd boy, shepherd boy. He used to take care of sheep, and people used to make fun of him because he's a dumb person. He cannot speak. He cannot say anything back. People used to make fun of him. But he could not say anything, even though he was getting angry, but he could not say anything. He was just quiet, right? Naturally he was quiet. then the king of that kingdom, he was observing him for some time, and then he was thinking, oh, see how such a great person is this person. Before he became Kalidas, it was something else was his name. Okay, so the king was thinking that, oh, he must be a great person. He's not retaliating. He's not saying anything back, even though people are making fun of him, people are ridiculing him. He's not saying anything to them. Because he did not know that he is dumb. The king did not know that he is dumb. Because king does not interact with everybody, right? And king is not even interested in knowing about everybody. But if you see something every day, then you will start thinking about that person. So king was observing him for some time, and then one day he thought, he must be a very, very nice person, very humble. That's why he's not saying anything back. Then he decided to give his daughter to him in marriage. Okay. And
No, I think some other ministers do. They make a plan and they do marriage, right? It's not the king, I think.
no, the king only. King only gives gives the princess to Kalidas in marriage.
But his prestige and all goes because he's a shepherd, right? And
Yeah.
he's the king, right?
No, he wants a good person, right? So because he's not saying, he's not retaliating when people are making fun of him, he thought he is a humble person. So the marriage is done, and then the wife, the wife also thought he is humble, and she didn't know that he is dumb. So after marriage, she starts talking, and then asks some questions. Okay, but he did not respond. He does not reply at all. Then the wife understood, and king also understood that he is dumb and he cannot speak. Then the wife tells something in Sanskrit to Kalidas. I mean, before he became Kalidas, some name. So he tells, Kasti aschid vagardaha. Kasti aschid vakartaha. Vak means tongue or speech. Kasti aschid means what is the use? What is the use of tongue? Okay, ardha means the purpose or the value. What's the value of your tongue when you cannot speak? So she kind of insults him. What's the value of your tongue when you cannot speak? Kasti ardha asti kaschit vakardaha. Asti kaschit vakartaha. What's the value of your tongue when you cannot speak? So very, very bluntly she insults. Then Kalidas, he becomes very sad, and then he goes in front of Durga Mata or Kali Mata deity, and then he cries reverentially. He cries reverentially for 3 days and 3 nights. Continuously he cries. Then Kali Mata, she appears. Okay, being pleased by his prayer and his cry, Kali Mata appears. And then she asks Kalidas, "Oh, why are you crying like this so much?" Then Kalidas tells whatever happened. I got married and then my wife insulted me. Asti kashid va kardaha. Then Kali Mata, Kali Mata, she has the Trishul, right? So she takes out her Trishul and she writes Om on the tongue of Kalidas. She writes Om on the tongue of Kalidas. And then from that day onwards, Kalidas, and you all didn't ask a question, right? When Kali Mata asked, "Why are you crying?" he replied. You didn't ask a question there? Huh? He spoke. How did he speak? By the grace of Kali Mata. By the blessings of Kali Mata, he gained his speech and he started speaking. And he explains everything to her. Especially Asti Kaschid Vakarta. And then Kali Mata writes Om on the tongue of Kalidas. And then that gives all the knowledge, all the literary skills, everything to Kalidas. And from that day onwards, he is known as Kalidas. That means the servant of Kali Mata. Kali Das. That's how he became Kalidas. So from that day onwards, he started writing so many epic poems, especially dramas, like plays. So 4 important plays or dramas that he wrote. Abhijnana Shakuntalam, yes, very good. Abhijnana Shakuntalam, Raghuvamsham, Kumara Sambhavam, Meghaduta. These are the 4 great epic, plays or dramas written by Kalidas. In fact, Abhijnana Shakuntalam, it was translated into English by a Western poet. And that was, all this happened in 1700 or something. Okay. And it was the Abhijnana Shakuntalam was the first play or the first poem that was ever translated into English. Okay. And he wanted to take revenge on his wife. Why did he write all this literature? He wanted to take revenge on his wife. Now, what did wife say? What's the use of the tongue? What's the Sanskrit sentence she spoke? Asti kaschid vakardaha. Asti kaschid vakardaha. Now, the way he took revenge on his wife is all these 4 prominent epic plays that he wrote. The first word of these epics is using these 3 words. He wrote, for example, Raghuvamsham. Raghuvamsha is a play to describe the dynasty of Raghu. Raghu dynasty is where or from which Lord Ramachandra appears. Okay. So that's a play describing about Raghuvamsha lineage and then the ancestors, especially Ramachandra. And then Abhijnana Shakuntalam describes about Shakuntala and Dushyant and their son Bharata, after whom the name Bharat Desham was kept. So for example, Raghuvamsha. So he starts Raghuvamsha, the very first line of Raghuvamsha play or the drama starts with Vagardaha. Whatever his wife spoke, he used the same words to write that epic. Vagardaha. And there is a nice Vagarda is used to invoke prayers to Lord Shiva, Shiva and Parvati. Kalidas invokes a prayer to Shiva and Parvati using these words, Vagardaha. So, how many of you have seen Sagar Sangamam movie? Yes, very good. Wow, you remember that. You know that shloka?
Not fully, but
Song, right? That is.
Yeah. I mean, one of the songs in Sagar Sangamam movie starts with this prayer, Lord Shiva prayer.
Vagardaviva Sampruktam Vagarda Pratipattaye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Vagardaviva Sampruktam Vagarda Pratipattaye.
Yeah.
Yeah. అక్కడ వరకే గుర్తు.
Vagarda samproktau Vagarda pratipattaye Jagatau pitarau vande Parvati parameshwarau Vande Parvati Parameshwarau. And then Nada Vinoda Munatya Vilasamu Parama Svadamu Sukhamu. That song comes in Sagar Sangama. Okay. So this is how the Raghuvamsham drama starts. Vagarda. So like that, another Abhignana Shakuntalam, Asti Kaschit, using other words, he writes all the 4 prominent epics and takes revenge on the wife. So now, all this background has nothing to do with mind control, right? Yeah? But this is just to glorify Kalidas. Okay, if at all we don't know, this is just to glorify Kalidas. Now, here is the actual essential point that is coming. So one day, now after Kalidas became famous, the king, who is the king by the way? He's a father-in-law. Father-in-law. King is the father-in-law of Kalidas. The king asks Kalidas, tell me 10 different things that are always moving. Tell me 10 different things that are always moving. And then instantly, as soon as the question ended, Kalidas starts speaking. That is the speed of Kalidas. He's a great literary expert. At the same time, very fast. So as soon as the question ended, he does not even think. He does not take any time to think about the answer. And then he states, he gives a list of 10 different things that are constantly moving. Okay? And then he says, Ma mano madhyapo mego madupo markato marutaha makshiko matkuno matsya dasha chanchala. Yeah, that's the condition. Yes, that's the condition. The condition put by king is everything should start with ma. Makara dasha chanchala. So all these 10 things, they start with ma. What are the 10 things? Ma. Ma, mano. Ma means the first word. Ma means wealth. Ma means mother. Ma means negation, as we described earlier, right? Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Ma means no, negation. And here in this context, ma means wealth. So how is wealth moving?
It keeps flowing
from one person to another person. In India, you ride a taxi, you give 100 rupees to the taxi person. The taxi person gives 100 rupees to a chai wala. And then the chai wala gives 100 rupees to grocery wala. The grocery wala gives 100 rupees to some garment wala. And the garment wala gives 100 rupees to something else. So it's all.
Was born in 4th century, right? That time money was there.
Huh?
He was born in 4th century, I think.
Gold coins, silver coins.
And wealth.
Yeah, wealth is always there. Coins.
Anything gold or rice.
Coins, right? Yeah.
Wealth is
Coins. So, ma means wealth. Next, mano means mind. So mind is chanchala, as Abhishek said. It's always restless. It's always moving. Now, as we are sitting here and discussing about these 10 different things that are moving, our mind is already going somewhere and thinking about 10 other things. About 10 other things. And now we are thinking what the 10 other things the mind is thinking.
Yeah.
So it's a loop. It's never ending. Okay. Ma mano madhyapo. Madhyapo means, madhu means what? Honeybee. Madhyapa means honeybee that drinks honey. So honeybee, first it goes to one flower, drinks honey, and then goes to another flower, drinks honey, and keeps on moving. Okay. Next, mega. I mean, for Seattle people, we don't have to explain about mega. Rain. It keeps moving. It will be raining here in Bothel now. And by the time I go to Samamish, it will be raining in Samamish. Megas are moving. Next, Madhyapa. Huh? No, that is Madhupo. Madhupo is different. Madhyapa is different. Madhyapa means? Madhyam means? Madhyama means not middle. Alcohol. Madhya means middle. Madhyam means alcohol. Now, how does a drunkard walk? Huh? He does not walk straight. Yeah, staggered walking. Yeah. So gravity works differently for drunkard people. Gravity is very high for drunk.
They are working in straight line. Yeah, they argue like that. Right?
Yeah. So Madhyapo. And then Markata. Markata means monkey. Yeah. Monkey jumps from one tree to another tree and then one house to another house constantly. Huh? And Markato, Maruta. Maruta means Maruti. Who is Maruti? Maruti is Hanuman. Maruta means wind. Wind. Okay. It is self-explanatory. Wind is moving. Okay. Next, Makshika.
Fish.
No. Matsya. The last one, Matsya is fish.
Makshika?
Makshika.
The housefly.
Housefly. Yes, housefly. Yeah, Maki. Yes, that is where the Maki comes from. Yeah. Okay, Makshika. Makshika means housefly. So, in summer when you open the windows, if by mistake one housefly comes inside, it's very difficult to send that out. It keeps moving here and there, and then you go with a glass because we're practicing devotees. We don't kill, right? Otherwise, we just go near and do like this. Or in India, bat, mosquito net, that bat. But without killing, it is almost impossible to send the housefly out. It's constantly moving here and there. Makshika. Then Matkana. 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 Yeah. In the shloka, it is said as Matkano, but it is Matkana. Matkana means bed bug. Bed bug. Bed bugs, they are so intelligent. When the lights are on, they camouflage. They camouflage somewhere. Okay, so that you cannot see them. They camouflage in some dark colors or somewhere. You cannot even see them. But as soon as the lights are off, they start sucking the blood. Okay, bed bugs. Matkana. And then the final one, Matsya. Fish. I don't know whether the fish is ever sleeping or not. It's always moving, right? It's always moving. So I have never seen fish resting like that. It's always moving. I don't know if it ever sleeps or not. To watch that I have to wake up whole night. So ma mano madhyapo mego madhupo markato marutaha makshika matkano matsya. These are the 10 different things. And the second object in this list is mind. Okay. So it's constantly getting distracted. Now, what is the reason for distraction? Why the mind gets distracted?
If you have purified mind, you won't get distracted.
Yeah, if you have purified mind. Yeah, but before that.
Because of the materialistic Maya is because Maya is there. Because of that, our mind is wandering here and there. Maya is playing a role
Okay. So what is distraction? Okay, let's try to define distraction. The mind is getting distracted.
Actually, with the Madhpon, I think honeybee and drunkard. What is the difference?
Honeybee, Madhyapa.
Madhyapa.
Drunkard? No, sorry. Honeybee, Madhupa. Drunkard, Madhyapa. See the Sanskrit syllable pa. Pa means one who has accepted, one who has drinking, one who has drank or drunken, and or one who has accepted. The syllable pa means one who has accepted, one who has taken, one who has drunken. Okay. Madhupa is honeybee. Madhyapa is one who has taken alcohol, drunkard. So distraction. Let's try to define distraction. So we know that mind gets distracted. But what is distraction actually?
Distraction is not doing what you are designed to do.
Okay.
Your body is planning to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Your mind is not concentrating on that. Instead, it is going and thinking somewhere else.
Okay. So let's see some online participation to see whether they are distracted or. So Venugopal, what do you think? How do you define distraction?
If you know something
He got
is good,
distracted. He got distracted. No, he was
right?
writing notes sincerely.
So we clearly know that something is good, but
Yeah.
still attracted to other things, but somehow gives second priority. So that
You
is
are
called
close. You almost said the answer actually. If you just refine what you said, it will become an answer. You almost said it.
So when we think something else apart from what we are supposed to, that is called distraction, right? We are supposed to do something.
Not being in present.
Not being in present. Yeah. So Venugopal, what did you say? Mind is attracted.
I mean, we know what is important, but we try to focus on the other thing.
Okay.
It means listening to mind instead of even after knowing what is priority.
Yeah. So now you use the word attraction, right? Attracted. Mind gets attracted to other things. So we can define distraction as an alternate attraction. Distraction is nothing but alternate attraction. That's why the mind is attracted, right? Why does the mind go somewhere else? Mind is attracted to that thing. Mind is supposed to do one thing. Mind is supposed to concentrate or focus on the task that you are doing, but mind is going somewhere else because mind is attracted to that. Alternate attraction is nothing but distraction. Alternate attraction is nothing but distraction. Now, where do these attractions come from? Where do the attractions come from?
From senses.
Yeah. Past life, impressions. Okay, some impressions from past life, some impressions from this life. Impressions. Attractions arise from impressions. And we have accumulated millions of impressions from so many lifetimes.
But isn't it situation based? Maybe something going on in your life. And like, for example, if I'm sitting here and I know somebody is sick at home, my mind will be distracted. It's not from the past expression, it's about the situation I am in right now.
Yeah.
Maybe someone is sick at home, maybe I'm thinking about him, or maybe something else going.
Is Nitin sick?
No, he's fine. He's fine. I'm just saying that it can be situation based, not just because of our past impression.
So you are attracted to them, you are attached to them, right?
Is it not, Prabhuji, that when we contemplate, we also, establish a fine attraction, right? Because we are thinking, we are contemplating.
Yeah.
And one of the I think contemplation will lead to gathering more impressions.
Yeah. Contemplation will accumulate more impressions. Yeah.
Prabhuji, attraction is equal to interest also. Interest.
Yes. Yeah. Attachment, interest, consideration. Yes. Yeah. So, yeah. So basically, attractions come from impressions. That's why the mind, as Kunal and Sheikh said, right? Whenever you contemplate on anything, whenever you see anything, so when the eye sees something, the mind takes a snapshot. When the tongue tastes something, the mind takes a snapshot. When the skin touches something, the mind takes a snapshot. When the ear hears something, the mind takes a snapshot. And all these will become impressions. So, and you'll form different attractions, because some interactions with the sense objects will give you pleasure, and you'll be attracted to that. For example, when somebody glorifies you, it's natural to become attracted to that, right? So the mind stores a snapshot of that. It becomes an impression, and you are attracted to that. And if somebody insults you, then you don't like it. Yeah. So these are all impressions, and attractions arise from impressions. That's why mind gets distracted all the time. Mind only likes to go to that place where it is happy. Mind only likes to goes to that place where it is happy. If you are given a task, why we are not able to focus? I mean, to complete a task, you need to work hard, right? And the mind doesn't like that. Rather, mind is thinking about a movie that you have seen. While watching a movie, you don't have to work hard, right? You just relax.
Mind also, we also get distracted with something else, like not only the positive thing, but negative thing we are going on, mind will keep thinking about negative.
Yeah, negative also.
Yeah, but you said the mind only goes towards the happiness. Mind also goes towards the sadness, toward anxieties, towards fears.
Yeah.
I think mind goes more towards that.
Both, positive and negative, both. Positive and negative, both. But see, why the mind goes to negative things? Because your ego is hurt. Your false ego is hurt. But when there is a happy situation, there's no question of ego getting hurt. But still, the mind goes there because the mind likes it. It's a comfort zone.
And I think also mind is going to those negative things because of fear of losing happiness. All those things, what is happening.
Yeah.
The result is that we don't want to move forward.
Yeah.
Hence mind is. So you want to
Yeah.
fix it, right? That never happens.
Yeah. Yeah. That's also a good point.
Because even if it is something negative, but it is not affecting our happiness. Say we see an accident on a road, but it's not affecting our thing. We might forget it tomorrow. But
Yeah.
if it is something which affects us, if we see an accident of our kin,
Yeah.
then it will really.
Yeah.
We love ourselves also, Prabhuji. When somebody doesn't say nice words to us,
Yeah.
we love ourselves. Why you would have said me like that?
Uh-huh.
Because of that also, that always clicks our mind.
Yes. Yeah. If somebody insults you, if somebody tells 99 good things and tells only one bad thing, mind only goes to that place. Mind only thinks about that bad thing. Yeah.
Because we love ourselves. And like because of that also.
Yeah. I mean, your ego is hurt, first of all. False ego is higher than mind. Okay? So false ego, the hierarchy is false ego is higher than mind. When somebody insults you, the false ego is hurt, and then that feeds the mind, telling that, oh mind, you go and do something. and the mind will engage senses, and then the person may slap the other person. Okay, so so we were discussing distractions, right? Distraction is nothing but alternate attraction. So from the storage of all these impressions from the mind, we get attracted to many different things. Okay, uh, and the purpose of controlling mind is to discipline. Okay, so anything you want to succeed in life, there has to be some sort of discipline. For example, a person who is learning music, he has to maintain some discipline. Every day he has to do some sadhana for 2-3 hours. Every day he has to practice, and then so many things, right? He has to practice his voice. He has to practice the instruments, everything. So just like how a musician who wants to become an expert in music has to practice every day with some discipline, similarly for the mind also, to achieve things in life in proper way, mind needs discipline. Mind needs discipline. So there are some shlokas in Bhagavad Gita, especially chapter 6. The title of the chapter 6 itself is Atma Samyamya Yoga. Okay, Atma Samyamya Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga. Atma Samyamya Yoga means the word Atma refers to mind. Atma in generally, Atma means soul. But in the context of chapter 6, Atma Samyamya Yoga, it refers to mind. Samyamya means discipline or controlling. Atma Samyamya Yoga. That yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, by which we can control the mind, we can discipline the mind. Okay? So now going back to that monkey example, right? And also Abhishek mentioned, Prabhupada says, mind is as dangerous as a monkey who is drunkard and bitten by scorpions. Okay, some scorpions. Now the monkey itself is very restless. Monkey itself is dangerous. The behavior is very unpredictable, right? Behavior of monkey is very unpredictable. And what to speak of monkey who is drunkard? Even more dangerous. Now imagine the drunkard monkey bitten by scorpions. Much more dangerous. So still we can control such a monkey. We can control a monkey who is drunkard and bitten by scorpions. With some discipline, what do you call that person who disciplines animals? Huh? Batari? Mazari. Madari. Okay. So let's say the Madari, with his expertise, he can control the monkey. Even though it's drunken and then bitten by scorpions, he can control. But the essential point that Prabhupada makes there is, mind is even more dangerous than that, which cannot be controlled. Mind is even more dangerous than that, which cannot be controlled. So, and the sad situation is, we are carrying that dangerous mind everywhere with us. We are carrying that dangerous mind with us everywhere. It's like carrying a dangerous weapon with you all the time. While you are sleeping, while you are walking, while you are eating, while you are talking, while you are meditating, especially while chanting, all the time. You're keeping this powerful destroying weapon with you all the time.
But while sleeping, we won't think that many things, right?
Now your subconsciousness mind is still thinking.
But still compared to if we are conscious mind and unconscious mind is different, right? Less
So your
thoughts.
subconscious mind will only think about those things that you are thinking during the day when you are active.
And another thing is, you are able to sleep means whatever that feel you are going to give, right? I am resting down. So your body and your motivation is moving towards the sleep, and your brain is able to cool down. Your mind is able to cool down, and that's why you are able to go to the sleep. Suppose if you are not able to cool down, then it will continue,
calm down.
it's going
If you're
to
not able
act
to calm
like
down, yeah.
Daytime thinking, then you cannot even sleep that day, right?
Yeah. And the dreams, right? So dreams are nothing but an impressions of what you do during the daytime. Let's say during the daytime, you see a mountain, Mount Rainier, and let's say you see Kalpana, let's say you see Shweta wearing nice gold jewelry. Okay? In the dream, what you will do is, you will imagine a golden mountain. You will combine mountain and gold, both. Where are these coming from? These are coming from the daytime. The things that are happening in the night time are coming from the things that are happening in the daytime.
Dreams won't come every day, right?
Whenever they come.
Sometimes only.
Yeah, whenever they come, but even if the dreams are not there, the subconscious mind is still working. And subconscious mind is only thinking about those things that are happening during the daytime. Yeah. Okay. So
it already took the snapshot, right? After seeing gold, it already took the snapshot.
Took the snapshot.
Is
Okay.
every dream associated with some physically happened thing in our life?
Most of the times. Yeah. Most of the dreams, they are related to some incidents or some things that you have done, something that you have seen, something that you have thought about, something that you have read about.
Subconscious memory can also be creative to come up with innovative.
Yes. Because you have seen only mountain and gold. But your subconscious mind merges these two and becomes more creative and creates a golden Mount Rainier. Yeah. Okay. So in Bhagavad Gita chapter 6, Krishna says about this mind, controlling mind. Okay. He says, now when you both said, right, strong and weak and strength and powerful. So on that line, Krishna says something in chapter 6. Krishna says, a controlled mind is your friend. An uncontrolled mind is your enemy. Bandhuratmat manastasya enatmaivatmana jitaha anatmanastu shatrutve varte taivatma shatruvat. Bandhu means friend or relative. Bandhur Atma. Again, the word Atma refers to mind. Bandhur Atmat manastasya enatmaivatmana jitaha. Jitaha means like you have control. You have conquered. The word jita means conquered or controlled. So if you have conquered your mind, if you have controlled your mind, it becomes a bandhu, your friend. It's a best friend. Mind can be your best friend. A controlled mind can be your best friend. And an uncontrolled mind is your worst enemy. Anatmanastu shatrutve varte taivatma shatruvat. Okay? Controlled mind is your best friend. Uncontrolled mind is your worst enemy. The same mind that is within us. It can become your best friend or it can become your worst enemy. And then the next shloka, Krishna says, 6.8. Okay, the one that we spoke is 6.7, and then the next shloka, 6.8. Krishna says, Jitatmana mana krodha paramatma samahitaha shitoshna sukha dukkeshu tada manapa manayoh. Jitatmana mana krodha. That means the mind that has or a person who has conquered mind and anger. Jitatmana mana krodha. The person who has conquered mind and anger, for him Paramatma is already situated. Paramatma samahitaha. Paramatma is already situated. Shitoshna sukha dukkeshu. For such a person, sukha and dukkha, they are same. They are just like winter and summer. They are same. He is not disturbed by them. Tada, similarly, mana apamana. Tada mana apamanayo. For such a person, honor and dishonor are also same. He is not disturbed by honor and dishonor. So when we control our mind, We don't differentiate between honor and insult. We don't differentiate between happiness and distress. Everything is same. Okay, because that's how things are in the purview of God, right? Everything that happens in our life is perfect in the purview of God. Everything is perfect, but it is only we think certain things are good for us, certain things are not good for us. When a problem comes, is it actually a problem? Everybody is saying no. then everybody is happy, everybody is enlightened. It's a problem, right? When a problem comes, it's a problem.
The moment we say a problem comes means we are accepting it as a problem.
Maybe temporary problem.
It's a temporary problem. In the conditioned state, a problem is a problem. But it is only a problem for us, not in the purview of God. God has created that problem for us for a good reason. And it's perfect. Anything and everything that happens in our life is perfect. So you should not become angry. Like how you described before. So similarly, tada manapamanayoh jitatmana manakroda prashantasya paramahita samahitah shitoshna sukha dukkeshu tada manapamanayoh. So for a person who has conquered mind, for him happiness and distress both are same. Just like in the purview of God, everything is same. For a person who has conquered the mind, everything is same. So what is the problem here? Mind is the only problem, right? That's the bottom line. If you are differentiating between two things, this is good, this is not good, this is a problem, this is not a problem. Who is differentiating that? Mind. It's only mind who is creating a problem. Actually, mind creates a problem. Mind is so powerful. Who said? You said. Shweta said. Powerful. Mind is so powerful that it can create a problem when problem does not exist. Remember that story from childhood? What is that story? The boy who cried wolf. Huh? Puli Meka. Very good. Telugulo Puli Meka story. The boy who cried wolf. So he was creating a problem and the problem did not exist. And finally, when the problem happened,
Father didn't.
Nobody came to rescue him. Similarly, the mind creates a problem and there is no problem. And when the actual problem comes, there will not be anybody to save you. Okay? So now, after Krishna gave those two shlokas, the instruction to control mind. What is the instruction? A controlled mind is your best friend. Uncontrolled mind is your worst enemy. Okay? That is fine. Now what does Arjuna say? After hearing that from Krishna, what did Arjuna say in chapter 6? Arjuna says, "Oh Krishna, it is very difficult to control mind. I can control the wind, but not the mind." Now who is speaking this? Arjuna, who is a great Kshatriya, who was able to shoot the eye of the Matsya by looking at the reflection in the water. The golden Matsya was up in the sky on the ceiling and he was looking at the reflection in the water and then he has to shoot at the eye of the Matsya. Now you need a lot of concentration, focus.
It's also moving.
It's also moving. Yeah, Chanchala. That is also moving. But it starts with M. Ma. That's why Kalidas mentioned that name. Ma. So Matsya can never stop moving. Your mind can stop moving, but Matsya can never stop moving. So now Arjuna, such a great Kshatriya, Arjuna is saying, what did he say? What is that shloka from 6th chapter? Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramadi balavad dridam tasyaham nigriham manye vayu navam ivambasi. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramadi balavad dridam. Now here are the adjectives. Okay, I asked you for the adjectives, right? Now Arjuna is giving you nice adjectives here. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna. Chanchala, restless. Pramadhi, dangerous. Who said dangerous earlier? Huh? He said evil, you said powerful, but nobody said dangerous. So here is another adjective, dangerous. Huh?
The monkey.
Pramadhi, balavat, strong, powerful, strong. You said strong, you said powerful. Okay, looks like you all read Bhagavad Gita already. Balavat dridam. You mentioned strong, but stubborn, right? Dridam, stubborn. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramadi balavat dridam. Tasyaham nigriham manye vayur navam ivam basa. I can control the wind. I can control the raging wind. Tasyaham nigriham manye vayur navam ivam basi. I can control the raging wind, but not mind. And Krishna gave nice instructions to control the mind, and then he said, Bandhuratmat manastasya anatmanastu shatrutve vartet aivatma shatruvat. Controlled mind is your best friend, uncontrolled mind is your worst enemy. Now Arjuna replied, I cannot control my mind. Then what did Krishna say? Asamshayam mahabaho mano durligraham chalam abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. So the first line, asamshayam mahabaho. Asamshayam means yes, no doubt, undoubtedly it is very difficult to control mind. Who is saying this? Krishna. Krishna is saying, yes Arjuna, I accept whatever you are saying. I acknowledge what you are saying. Controlling mind is very difficult. Asamshayam mahabaho. Now here Krishna is referring to Arjuna as Mahabahu, like Bahubali. Why? He is reminding of his strength. He is reminding of his powerful strength to control other things. But Arjuna is saying he cannot control the mind. He can control everything in this world, but he cannot control mind. So Krishna is reminding Arjuna's ability, how powerful he is to control other things. And with the same power, oh Arjuna, you can control your mind also. But how? Abhyasa and Vairagya. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. So what is this Abhyasa and Vairagya? Abhyasa is practice. Vairagya is renunciation.
Repetition, right?
That means to control mind, we should all become sannyasis.
What is renounce things which
Vairagya.
you are attracted to one by one. Start renouncing things which you are attracted to one by one. So we stop eating gulab jamun first.
Next week you have to bring Prabhu. You are saying so many times gulab
When I said you can take gulab jamun example anytime, now you cannot use that in the answer to answer my question.
Only Prabhuji can use.
Yes, only I can use. Patented.
What is Vairagya?
Vairagya means renunciation only. Yeah. Huh? Who said detachment? Detachment. Correct. Yeah, very good. Krishna said, yes, it is very difficult to control mind, but it is possible with suitable practice and detachment. With suitable practice and detachment. Okay?
Practice or repetition, right? You need to repetition. You have to do every day, not just.
Yeah. Practice every day, not just one day. Practice every day.
What needs to be practiced?
Detachment from relations or with attractions?
Attractions. Detachment from worldly things. Yeah.
And is there any process?
Yes.
What needs to be practiced?
Yes, very good. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. Now, when Krishna said abhyasa, right? What is that practice that Krishna is talking about? Yeah? So, now, before that, let's discuss about the chariot of life story. Or chariot of life metaphor, analogy. So, how many of you know this metaphor or analogy called chariot of life? How many of you know? Okay, Abhishek knows, Sudhakar knows. Kunal knows. Shweta knows little bit. That's why she raised hand a little only. You know fully? Okay.
I'm listening.
You have listened.
Listen and sing.
We discussed in one of the classes.
We discussed.
Yeah, you discussed, I think, 4-5
We discuss, but that doesn't mean we know it. Discussing is different, knowing is different.
It is also been taught in the DYS class.
DYS.
Yeah. It doesn't mean we know it. We discussed, we read, we heard. It doesn't mean we remember or we know it. That is different. Okay. Now, Abhishek, why don't you explain that?
Yeah, so I think in Bhagavad Gita, I think the front page, the chariot where Lord Krishna is there and Arjuna is there, and the chariot itself is there. So it's compared to our body, subtle and mind and everything. So the horses are the senses, the five senses. Then the reins are the intelligence, which
Reins are the mind.
Reins are the mind. And then Lord Krishna itself is I think, controlling its intelligence.
Intelligence, yeah.
And Arjuna is the soul.
Yeah.
And chariot is the body.
Is the body. Yeah, very good. Yes. Yeah. So that's the chariot of life. So this metaphor is described in Mundaka Upanishad. It's one of the 108 Upanishads. Okay. So this is explained. This metaphor is explained in the Upanishad to illustrate the connection between body, mind, soul, intelligence, and senses. Okay. Now, when we say human life, right? Human life consists of three different things: the body, soul, and then when I say body, means gross body, soul, and subtle body. So gross body is made up of matter. Soul is soul, spiritual soul, spirit soul. Subtle body, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Okay. So body consists of the senses. Body consists of the senses. Subtle body consists of mind and intelligence. So this metaphor is explained to describe the relationship between all these things. Now individually we know these things. We know the body, gross body, we know the mind, we know about senses, we know about intelligence, we know about the soul. Individually we know about all these things. But what's the connection? So that is given in this metaphor in Mundaka Upanishad, chariot of life. So for the chariot of this body, chariot represents this body. For the chariot of the body to move properly and to reach the destination, the horses that are walking in the front should be controlled. They should be walking straight. They should be controlled. Otherwise, what happens? The horses, they'll be attracted by so many attractions. There are 5 horses, right? One horse, 2 horses in the front, 2 horses on both sides, 1 horse in the middle, and 2 horses on both sides. Now, when the horses are moving, there'll be some grass or some vegetables or some things, some attractions on the side. If the horses get attracted there, then 1 horse will go here, 1 horse will go here, 1 horse will go straight. And God knows where the passenger will go. Okay. So now in order to keep all these 5 horses under control, you need reins. Reins or reins, whatever you pronounce it. Okay. Reins, I think, is the correct word. R-E-I-G-I-N-S. Reins. So you need to control reins using ropes. So the ropes or reins represent the mind. The mind should control the senses. All the 5 senses: the touch, the hearing, the tasting, the seeing, and
Hearing.
hearing. Yeah, hearing. Hearing, seeing, tasting, touching. Okay. The mind should control all these 5 senses. Now, have you ever observed the horses? They decorate horses, but in the decoration, you'll see something interesting. What do you see?
They close the eye. They close the half of the eye.
They put it blinders, right?
Ah, very good. Yeah, they put some kind of blinders. Okay. Now, when you look at that, you think it's part of the decoration, right? You think it's part of the decoration. There are nice pink color ribbons, or what do you call those? Pom-pom. The pom-pom things, ribbons or some decorative ornaments. And then when you see those blinders, right? You think it's part of the decoration only, but it's not for decoration. Those are like blinds. Those are the blinds so that the horses will not be distracted. The horses will not be distracted. So that is how our senses should be. The horses are representing senses, right? That is how our senses should be. Our senses should be regulated. Just like how the horses are blinded with some blinders, our senses should be regulated. Senses should be regulated. Now there are three things, right? Mind, intelligence, and senses. Mind is the ropes or reins, and the senses are the horses, and Krishna is the intelligence. There are three things. So we'll talk about how to control these three, how to not regulate, how to control actually, how to control these three things. So senses, let's talk about senses, the lowest level first. So senses should be regulated, just like how the horses are regulated with blinders. And we discussed in chapter 2, end of chapter 2, Sthita Prajna section, that we should withdraw our limbs when not in use. We should withdraw our senses when not in use. In other words, we should not unnecessarily engage our senses. We should not unnecessarily engage our senses. When senses are not in use, you should just withdraw them like a tortoise. Okay.
In practical, because in tortoise you have given in practical, as a human being, how to withdraw it, it's like how to engage.
Yeah.
It's like because our mind is so powerful, as you said. Even though to control, it's like what is the proper way to balance it to withdraw that you are saying, right?
Yeah.
What is the way how to do it?
So we discussed, right? The attractions for the mind arise from impressions. Now, if you give material impressions to the mind will only think about material impressions. But if you give spiritual impressions to the mind will think about only spiritual impressions. Mind will be attracted to spiritual impressions. So you have to increase your hearing, you have to increase your chanting, increase kirtanam, shravanam, kirtanam, Vishnu smaranam, all those things. We'll talk in detail now. But basically, we have to increase our spiritual impressions. The problem is with material impressions. Now we have to reduce that, and we cannot artificially reduce that. Okay? As you said, we have to balance. Until we increase the dose of spiritual impressions, until we increase the storage of our spiritual impressions, we have to keep old impressions, the material impressions also. Otherwise, mind will go crazy. Mind always likes to take a path of least resistance. Okay, mind likes to take path of least resistance. So we should not disturb the mind. We have to slowly feed the mind the spiritual impressions. So we'll discuss that in detail now in few minutes. So senses should be regulated, and then let's come to the mind. Okay, the process for mind. Now we are discussing the process here. Okay, because Krishna said abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha gruhyate, right? Krishna said it is possible to control the mind with suitable practice. Now we are discussing what is the process of that practice. So the process for the senses is regulation. senses should be regulated. Now the process for mind is chanting. Process for mind is chanting. So now we sang that bhajan, right? Mama mana mandire rahuni side Krishna Murari Sri Krishna Murari. So the first word mama mana mandire. Mandira. Where does the word mandira come from? It comes from the root word man. And mandira is that place where mind is cleansed. Mandira is that place where mind is cleansed. And how the mind is cleansed? By chanting. By chanting. Chanting mantra. Specific mantra. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra or Gayatri Mantra. What is, no. Yeah, Shanti Mantra or Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. What is that mantra called?
Ashtakshari.
Ashtakshari Mantra. Ashtakshari Mantra. Yes. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Different mantras are there. Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. There are different mantras to control the mind. The word mantra, the meaning of the word mantra means
To deliver the mind.
To deliver. Mana trayate iti mantra. Mana trayate iti mantra. Trayate means to deliver. Mana trayate iti mantra. That which delivers mind is mantra. That which delivers mind is mantra. Mana trayate iti mantra. Another meaning for the word mantra is the thing that we do manana. The thing that we do manana. Manana means repeat. You say it repeatedly. You say it repeatedly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And you say that 108 times. And then again another round. And then another round. 16 times, 64 rounds, like that. Okay? So repeatedly you say this mantra. So what happens when you recite this mantra? For example, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. How does it control? How does it control the mind, or how does it benefit the mind? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think you connect with the God, and when you think of the God, when you chant like Hare Krishna mantra, you focus on the form of the God, and that relaxes your mind. You feel connectivity with the Lord.
Okay, you connect with God, but
you're engaging all senses, right? You are engaging all senses, hearing, tongue, and hand. So
yeah, when you're chanting on beats, you are engaging all senses. Yeah. But right now we are talking about specifically about mind. So how does this process of chanting mantra work on the mind? We're talking about the scientific things here.
Focus on only that particular thing and not get attracted by
not too many things, right?
Okay.
I think anartha nivritti happens, the cleansing of mind happens.
Cleansing of mind happens. Very good. Yeah. So there are several things explained in different parts of Vedas. Most importantly, from Shikshashtakam. Shikshashtakam is a set of 8 shlokas spoken by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that's all he spoke. Nothing else. We see all other Goswamis and then all other Acharyas, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, including Prabhupada. Everybody spoke and wrote many things, several things. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all that he spoke was only 8 shlokas. All the devotees spoke thousands of shlokas. Dhruva prayers, Prahlada prayers, Kunti prayers, Bhishma prayers. Everybody got a chance to speak, hundreds of shlokas. Vishnu spoke 100 names of, 1,000 names of Vishnu. Bhishma spoke 1,000 names of Vishnu. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got an opportunity to speak only 8 shlokas called Shikshashtakam. Okay, every day in the morning in the temple, after Mangalarti, they recite Shikshashtakam, all these 8 shlokas. That starts with Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Cheto Darpana Marjanam Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidya Vadu Jivanam Anandham Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamruta Swadanam Sarvatma Swapanam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, and so on. 8 shlokas. Okay, it starts with the Chaitanya Shikshashtakam starts with Cheto Darpana Marjanam. So what is this Cheto Darpana Marjanam? Darpana means mirror. Okay, Marjanam means cleansing. As Abhishek said, cleansing. When you chant a mantra, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it cleanses your mind. It cleanses all the dirt from your mind. Just like how, let's say there is a puddle or pool of muddy water. In India, during rainy season, you will see a pool of muddy water. And that muddy water stays for some time. Okay? So how is that cleansed? And you will see over a period of time, it gets cleansed. How does it get cleansed? Because of rain again. The muddy pool was created by rain, but the process of cleaning that is again with rainwater only. So as the rain constantly showers into that muddy pool, then it gets cleansed. So as much as we chant this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, then all the anarthas, all the dirt in our mind is cleared. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Just imagine a mirror, there's a lot of dirt on it. You cannot see anything. You cannot see yourself. All you can see is only dirt. It's full of dirt. Now you start cleaning. You'll see something. You'll see your eyes. You start cleaning more. You'll see your ears. So slowly, as you clean the entire mirror, you'll see your complete face. Similarly, when you chant this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it starts cleansing your heart. It starts cleansing your heart and mind. And then slowly you will be able to see yourself and God.
Hare Krishna Mahamantra. There's lakhs, billions of mantras are there, very much Sanskrit which are very good. In temples also they chant very much.
Yeah.
So why Hare Krishna and the 16 words has so much of significance, and that when the person will chant so powerful, very complicated shloka. So when we put together, how we have to visualize it. Like Hare Krishna Mahamantra claims us, and so then what is the significance of other Sanskrit? Very much old Upanishad, so many mantras are there.
Yeah.
So how we have to think about that? In Bhagavad Gita, so many shlokas are also there.
Yeah.
That shlokas and we compare to Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So how we have to think about that? Like when we chant Hare Krishna, it purifies us. What we think about other mantras.
Yeah. So the question is, should we learn other shlokas or not?
No, not about that. That also have its own importance and significance.
Yeah.
How to vision it, the significance of that.
Okay, so what's the significance of other shlokas versus what's the significance of Mahamantra? So this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, for a reason, it's called Mahamantra. Means it is the highest mantra of all. It is higher than Ashtakshari mantra. It is higher than Gayatri mantra. It is higher than all the Sanskrit shlokas. It is higher than all the Vedas. It's higher than everything else. So in Bhagavad Gita chapter 10, Krishna says about this Mahamantra, about this mantra, Yajnanam Japa Yajñosmi. So japa means chanting, right? Japa means chanting. So Krishna says, of all the sacrifices, of all the yajnas, japa is the highest japa. Sorry. Of all the yajnas, japa is the highest yajna. Now we do so many yajnas. Putra Kameshti yajna. So many yajnas we do. Okay? If you want a good son, if you want a good husband, good wife, if you want wealth, if you want to get freed from diseases, Sudarshana yajna, Aish homam. What else? Ashwamedha yajna. Ashwamedha yajna for kings, not for us. For us, Aish homam, Sudarshana homam. You have to go? Yeah.
Very interesting topic. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you have to take care of something. Yeah, go.
That's
So there are so many yajnas are there. But Krishna says, Yajnanam japa yajnosmi. Japa means chanting of my name is the highest japa, highest yajna of all. If you do this, you don't need to chant any other mantras. If you do this, if you do Hare Krishna chanting, you don't need to perform any of these yajnas. This is a superset. Yajnanam japa yajnosmi. This gives the benefit of doing all the things. Yeah. So there is another shloka in Bhagavatam. Pravishta karna randrena swanam bhava saroruham. Pravishta karna randrena swanam bhava saroruham. Pravishta karna randrena swanam bhava saroruham dunoti shamalam Krishna salilasya yatasharat. Okay, pravishta karna randrena means pravishta means once it enters. Enters what? Karna randrena, through the holes of the ears. Once this Maha Mantra enters through the holes of the ears, pravishta karna randrena, swanam bhava saroruham. Saroruham means like a lotus flower. That means the Lord will sit on the lotus flower in our mind. As soon as this mantra, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, enters through the holes of our ears, pravishta karna randrena, swanam bhava swaroruham. Krishna sits in the heart just like how he sits on the lotus flower. Okay? And then dunoti shamalam Krishna. Dunoti means washing, cleansing. Okay? Dunoti shamalam Krishna. That means Krishna, who is sitting on in the lotus flower in our mind, he cleanses. Dunoti shamalam Krishna. Salilasya yata sharat. Sharat means the autumn rain. Sharat means autumn season, right? In the autumn season, when you get rain, it cleanses the muddy pools. It cleanses any muddy pools that are there for a long time. Just like that, as we hear more Krishna Katha, as we hear more about Krishna, as we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it enters through the holes of our ears. Pravishta karna randrena swanam bhava saroruha salila dunoti shamalam Krishna salilasya yatasharat. So Krishna enters because Krishna is non-different from the name. Krishna and his name both are same. When you are chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, the best recommendation is you have to hear. While chanting, you have to hear that sound. Okay? That's why you see some devotees, they put earplugs, the earbuds. They put earbuds so that they don't hear anything else and they hear only their own chanting. And you should hear your own chanting. Some people put Prabhupada chanting to get inspiration. That is okay initially to get inspiration, to get motivated. But eventually you have to hear your own chanting, your own sound. Okay? Then Krishna enters through the holes of your ears, cleanses all the anarthas. Pravishta karnarandrena smanam bhava saroruham dunoti shamalam Krishna salilasya yatasharat. Okay?
When we chant and when we hear it, the vision will be like some we have to put in front of the God vision, right?
Yes.
Because anything we can do one, I think. Either we can hear, either we can see, right? We cannot do both the things simultaneously.
You can do both.
Both seeing and
You are looking at me and you are listening.
Don't watch movies or something.
Yeah.
So while chanting, I have observed it. What is my experiences I am sharing with you. Like while chanting, I can listen, but while see only one, like while seeing also only one part can see like eyes, like that. And
Yeah. The concentration is reduced when you are doing both. When you are looking at the picture or deity of Krishna and then at the simultaneously hearing, the concentration is reduced. Just like a magnifying glass. In childhood, right? We all used to do this. You used to get a paper, and then you get a magnifying glass. You focus onto the sun, and then eventually it will burn the paper. So how is it possible? Because you are bringing that sunlight and concentrating through the magnifying glass and making the paper burn. Now, in the absence of magnifying glass, what happens? The same sunlight, it is spreading all over. The concentration is reduced, right? So it's not burning the paper. So when you're doing both things, yes, the concentration is reduced, right? Some concentration on the deity, some concentration on the hearing.
so hearing is more prominent. Means like we
Yes.
have to hear it.
Yeah.
That is very important.
Yeah, more than seeing deity or a picture, it is the hearing. Yeah.
So just to add to that, so if Mahamantra is so powerful, right? You said so. Then why in the morning temple we sing 8 slokas of Chaitanya Prabhu every day morning? If Mahamantra is highest, right? Compared of all the mantras.
Yeah.
Why don't we start singing that one first?
We recite this Shikshashtakam to get the benefit, to know the benefits of chanting, and then we sit in the temple hall for another 1.5 hours, 2 hours and chant.
Okay. To know the
To prepare
benefits.
ourselves first. Yeah. Yeah. Because without knowing the benefits, you will not be inspired to chant. That's why you chant Shikshashtakam first to know the benefits. Cheto Darpana Marjanam, Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. All glories to the chanting of Sri Krishna's names. And then you sit down and chant. And then different devotees, they chant different shlokas before actual chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. For example, Radhesham Prabhu. Every day, I don't know, before Mangalarti or after Mangalarti, after Shikshashtakam and all these things, he recites whole Mukundamala Stotra. All the 52 shlokas from Mukundamala Stotra. It takes 15 to 20 minutes to recite Mukundamala Stotra. Because the Mukundamala Stotra shlokas are very long. They are the longest. 21 syllables. Some shlokas are more than 21 syllables. So Bhagavatam, many shlokas we see only 19 syllables. For example, the very first shloka, Janmadhyasya yato anvayat, 19 shlokas only. Shad Goswami Ashtakam, 19 syllables only. But Mukundamala Stotra, 21 or even more than 21 syllables. So it takes long time to recite. 20 minutes if you are reciting fast, otherwise 30 minutes. And he does this every day. Because in Mukundamala Stotra, there are several shlokas that give the benefit of chanting, that give the benefit of remembering the Lord, that give the benefit of doing various kinds of services to the Lord. All those things. So to get inspiration, they recite Shikshashtakam first and then chanting. So now, so what were we discussing? Mind. The process for the mind, right? The process for senses is regulation. The process for mind is chanting. Okay? And now the process for intelligence. These are the three things, right? Did everyone remember this connection? Or forget? If you start discussing about something, you will forget the other thing. See, most of the times in lectures and classes, you'll see many stories, right? You'll hear many stories, but people will only remember the story. They don't remember why the story was told. They don't remember why the story was told. So when we talk about stories, that reminds of a story related to mind. I think we discussed this several times in the class. The story is titled as Never Keep a Cat. You remember that? Never keep a cat. So if you remember the story, you tell.
That's a good question. rats every తింటుంటాయి మాంక్ వాళ్ళ ఇంట్లో కంట్రోల్ చేయడానికి క్యాట్ ని కొంటాడు క్యాట్ ని కొన్నందుకు దానికి పాలు పెట్టడానికి మనకి కౌన్ కొంటాడు కౌన్ చూసుకోవడానికి వైఫ్ ని తెచ్చుకుంటాడు సో
So all the Telugu people understood it. So the story is like this. The story explains, it's a nice lesson from this story that we can learn to know what happens if we let our mind wander. If we don't control our mind and if we let our mind wander, what happens? So there was a monk. He was the founder acharya of that ashram. Okay, the founder acharya, the most senior person. So he was at the tail end of his age. He was on the deathbed actually. He was on the deathbed. He was about to die. And then the next successor, right? Next senior person, he comes there to take care of him on the deathbed. Now this person, he's dying now. So before he dies, before he leaves his shwasa, he says one word: never keep a cat. And then he dies. That's like his mantra, his charama shloka. Just like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says sarva dharman parityaja charama shloka. The charama shloka of this monk is never keep a cat. And then there are other disciples who are surrounded. They don't understand this, but this successor, the second senior person, he understands. So the other disciples ask him, what's the meaning of this never keep a cat? Then the second senior person, the successor, he starts explaining. The founder acharya, when once upon a time when he was young, one day in his ashram, he was seeing a lot of rats. Okay, he had only 2 pairs of clothes. With a sadhu, right? Monk. Only they wear only saffron clothes and then only limited number of sets. Not like closet full of saffron clothes. So just 2 pairs of saffron clothes. And then there's a rat that is coming every day and biting on these saffron clothes. And then he will not have anything to wear after that. Okay. So he asks the villagers for an idea, for suggestion. The villagers say, why don't you keep a cat? To kill the rat, why don't you keep a cat? He likes the idea. So he brings a cat. Okay. Now the rat is gone. Okay. Seeing the cat, the rat is gone. But now the cat, you have to feed milk every day, right? Okay. So the monk, he gets milk from villagers for a few days and then feeds the cat. The villagers give that milk for a few days, and after a few days they say, oh sadhu, we cannot give milk every day to you like this. We have limited milk in our homes. Why don't you keep a cow? Why don't you keep a cow for milk? And he likes the idea. He brings a cow. Then after a few days he realizes he has to feed the cow every day. Initially the villagers will keep some grass there. The cow is fed. But then after some time the villagers say, no, we cannot feed every day. Why don't you cultivate some farm and then grow your own grass? The sadhu starts doing that. And then after a few days the villagers say, Oh sadhu, you are an elderly person, you are an old person, you are doing all this hard work of cultivating this land and growing grass. Why don't you keep a lady who can help you? Why don't you keep a maid servant to help you do this work? And the sadhu likes that idea. He brings a lady. The lady will help for some time, and then the sadhu gets attracted, and then the sadhu marries that lady, and then children, and then children, and then everything increases. All the possessions, everything increases, and then one fine day he realizes, oh, what am I doing? Where did I come from? I used to have a family before. I used to have a wife and children. I left them. I took renunciation, sannyasa, and then just to keep a cat, I ended up maintaining a family. Just to keep a cat, I ended up maintaining a family. So never keep a cat. So that's what happens if we let our mind wander. Okay? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, another beautiful sloka. Yato yato nischalati manas chanchalam astiram tato tato niyam yaitat atmanyeva vasham nayet. Atmanyeva vasham nayet. Yato yato nischalati manas chanchalam astiram. That means, you might have heard this famous personality development instruction. What do they say in personality development classes about mind control? Whenever you see mind going away, you bring it back. Right? That's what you hear. That's what exactly Krishna says. Whatever you hear in the personality development classes, corporate trainings, everything comes from Vedas only. Okay? Yato yato nischalati manas chanchalam astiram. Whenever you see that mind is wandering, yato yato nischalati manas chanchalam astiram. If mind is not astira, if mind is not situated in one place, if you feel that mind is wandering, that much we can feel, right? At least we should have common sense to know that the mind is wandering. Forget about control of mind. At least we should be aware of the fact that our mind is wandering. Okay? If you become an observer, especially this is not in meditation classes, you should just become an observer. Let the minds flow. Let the thoughts keep flowing. But you should just become an observer. Yes, we should become an observer, but that's not the end. As soon as you observe that the thoughts are going somewhere else, your mind is going somewhere else. Yato yato nischalati manas chanchalam astiram tato tato niyam yaitat. Niyama means control, regulation, control. Okay? With regulation, or you control it, how? By bringing it back. Okay? Yato yato nischalati manas chanchalam astiram tato tato niyam yaitat atman eva vasham nayet. Atman eva vasham nayet. Vasham means control. Yeah? Niyama means with regulation. You control with regulation, you bring it back. As soon as you observe that the mind is wandering, you bring it back and control. Okay? That's another beautiful sloka. Now, coming back to intelligence, right? So the process for intelligence is reading scriptures. We need to sharpen our intelligence. We need to sharpen our intelligence by reading scriptures, by hearing scriptures. If we read scriptures and hear scriptures, then we will know what to do, what not to do. Otherwise, what are we going to do? In the absence of intelligence, we'll watch Netflix. We'll watch Netflix. Yes, that is true. That is what will happen. Yeah. If you don't give time to scriptures, you will give time to Netflix. If you don't give time to Krishna, you will give time to Shah Rukh Khan or Chiranjeevi. So intelligence. In the absence of intelligence, mind will only control the senses, right? But intelligence should control the mind, and mind should control the senses. There is another shloka in 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita where Krishna tells about this this process of following scriptures. Okay, this process of mind following the scriptures, especially, right? Or mind taking dictation from scriptures. Okay, that's the essential point. So Krishna says, Tasma Shastram Pramanam Te Karya Karya Vyavastitau. Tasma Shastram Pramanam Te Karya Karya Vyavastitau. Let me open the verse. Tasmat Shastram Pramanam Te Karya Karya Vyavastitau Jnana Jnatva Shastra Vidhanoktam Karma Kartum Iharhasi. Tasma Shastram Pramanam Te means Shastra Pramana. We have to do everything according to Shastra Pramana. That means the mind has to take dictation from Shastra. In what? Mind has to take dictation in what? Karya, Akarya. Karya means things that you can do. Akarya means things that you cannot do. Do's and don'ts. What are the do's and don'ts? That you have to know from Shastra, scriptures. Tasma Shastram Pramanam Te Karya Karya Vyavastitau. So by reading scriptures, because Srimad Bhagavatam is full of lot of stories that explain what happens if somebody followed instructions of Krishna and what happens if somebody violated instructions of Krishna. You know, we know all those. So by reading and hearing scriptures, we can sharpen our intelligence. So we have the process for all three things, right? These three things, another beautiful relation that we can establish between the three things is the intelligence, mind and senses. It is the relationship of mother, father and children. Intelligence is like father. Mind is like mother. Senses are like 5 children. Now children, when they go to when they want something, what they will do?
First.
Huh?
They will ask first.
They'll ask who? Mother or father?
Mother.
Huh?
Mother.
Toys.
Okay.
They will go, they will ask for the toy.
Yeah, they may ask either father or mother. Okay. So, but mother will give. Mother is in Vatsalya Bhava, right? Mother will give immediately. But father knows what to give and what not to give. If the child goes to the father first and asks for something, and the father says no, then child knows where to go and ask. Child will go to the mother and ask, because the child knows mother will not say no. Similarly, senses, if they take dictation from, if they are controlled by intelligence, they know that they cannot gratify their senses. That's why what they will do? They'll ask the mind, and the mind will immediately agree. Yeah. So that's why the intelligence is like father, mother is like mind. But oftentimes we see the opposite thing, right? Mothers don't give and fathers only give. Especially in our family, that's how things work. That's how things work. I will never say no to my daughter.
So I think mother is son is more attractive like that. If father is like that, then mother will be the other way. Yeah. Mother is like that, then
Yeah.
The value of the
I
name.
think with the daughter, father are more attached, and with the son, mother is attached. I think might be that might.
That's correct, actually.
So whatever may be the reality, but the pramana is the father should be disciplining. Mother can be with love and affection. Mother can be with love and affection, and to show that love and affection, she can give things liberally. She can give things liberally, right? Yeah. So now the process for, let's repeat the process for these three things: mind, intelligence, and senses. Process for mind, chanting. Process for intelligence, scriptures. Process for senses, regulation. Yeah. So now going back to, we'll just discuss this one point and then we can stop after this. So going back to this process of mind control, right? With chanting. Okay. Now the mind, the control of mind can be explained with an analogy of man and lion. Okay, man and lion. Now you can go and see a lion in two different ways. You can go to a, how do you see a lion? Where do you see a lion?
Forest?
Okay, can you go to the forest just like this and see the lion?
No.
No? Then how will you go?
We need to get ready.
You need to get ready, how?
Like, I don't know.
Have you ever been on a safari? Huh? Wildlife safari. Wildlife safari.
No.
Okay. And have you ever seen a lion in a zoo?
Yeah.
Yeah? So there are two places where you can see lion, right? One is forest, one in zoo. Good, you can go now. So there are two different ways how you can see a lion, how a man can see lion, right? And there is a third way, he can see his wife.
Yeah, this one I don't know.
So now what's the difference between watching a lion in the forest or in the safari? Everybody is aware of safari? Huh? What is the difference between watching a lion in the safari versus zoo? What's the difference?
Safari, lion is like open and we will be in the cage.
In the cage. In the safari, the lion is free and we are in the cage. And in the zoo, it's the opposite. We are free and the lion is in the cage. Now who is lion and who is the man here? The lion is the mind and the man is the soul or the consciousness. Now let's analyze these two scenarios. In the safari, the lion is free. That means who is free? The mind is free. But before that, zoo. Let's talk about the zoo, right? So in the zoo, the lion is kept in the cage. It's controlled. The mind is controlled. Lion is nothing but mind, right? Mind is controlled. So there are some processes to control mind like that, to put in a cage like that. Meditation, yoga, all these things, by which you can control the mind. But how many of us can do that? We cannot practice meditation. We cannot. See, in the meditation, one of the important concepts is what? Breathing, right? To control the mind, one of the important aspects is breathing. Now, what's the Sanskrit word for breathing? Shwasa? Yeah. So in Sanskrit, there is a word Vishwasa. Vishwasa means two things. Vishwasa means faith and also a Vishesha Swasa, a special breathing. Now what is this special breathing? The yogis, they control breathing, right? They control the speed of breathing. faster the breathing is, faster the breathing, more wandering of the mind. Slower the breathing, lesser wandering of the mind. So the yogis can control the speed of the breathing. Okay, they'll do both, but to control the mind, slow breathing will help. Okay, slow breathing will help. There is anuloma, viloma, pranayama, right? So the slow breathing will control the mind, will calm down the mind, will control the mind. So vishwasa, vishesha swasa. Now we cannot practice all this. We don't have time for all this. We don't have, we are not suitable for that. So that's why this process is ruled out. Which process? Going to the zoo and seeing the lion is ruled out. In other words, controlling the mind like lion, putting the lion in a cage is ruled out. It is impossible to control the mind, in other words.
No, but they can control breathing, right? People can control breathing.
Only very few people. One in a million, like you. One in a million, like you can.
Even like elephant.
Yeah.
We breathe 18 to 24 times per minute. But elephant only breathes like 10 to 12 times.
Okay.
100 years.
Yeah.
So we live less than elephant.
Yeah. Yogis increase their lifespan by reducing the number of breaths. Okay. But only very few people can do that. You need to go to a secluded place, sit on a deer skin. Krishna explains in chapter 6 again the process of Ashtanga Yoga. You have to sit on a deer skin. First of all, you have to be a celibate, brahmachari. Go to a forest, sit on deer skin, focus on the tip of the nose.
No, tip of the nose we think as a wall. Actually, it's the beginning of the nose. Beginning of the nose.
Between the eyebrows? Nasikagra.
Yeah.
No, I think there are two things. Nasikagra means tip of the nose only.
But Krishna says at the beginning.
No. In chapter 6, Krishna says tip of the nose, Nasikagra. Yeah. In the shloka, it says Nasikagra. Maybe there is another thing in the meditation to look at in the middle of the eyebrows.
Yeah, that is the beginning of the nose, right? We need to focus there.
Yeah.
People misunderstand that one, but I don't know. Krishna says that one.
Yeah. So all these things we cannot do. So that's why we need to go to a safari to watch the lion. So how are we watching lion in the safari? Lion is free. Okay? That means the mind is free. Let the mind be free. But our consciousness is within the cage. We are providing a safety net around our consciousness. How? By regulating senses, by sharpening our intelligence, by chanting mantra. We are providing a safety net for our consciousness. Because with our own effort, we cannot control the mind. So let the lion be free. Let us go inside the cage. So that is a process. Okay. So I think it's 2:15. We can discuss more. I mean, this is a very, very long topic, very vast subject. We can discuss many points. It's never ending. But I just wanted to give an idea because this is an important topic of mind control. And Krishna gave glimpses of this in chapter 2, at the end of chapter 2. He's going to speak about this in various chapters. So just to remember the importance of mind control, this topic will help. So next week, we can start chapter 3. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
One question, Prabhu.
Yeah.
So if the person doesn't have any spiritual goals,